Today we're going to talk about what's not in style for autumn and for winter 2025. Now, from my perspective, I like to know what's not in style and then I can choose what to ignore. So if you are someone who doesn't care, absolutely fine, but come from a point of view of positivity maybe. Understand what's in style and make your own decision. Actually, I don't care whether it's in style or out of style, I'm still going to wear it. So even if you don't care about trends, you're very welcome to watch this video and just find out from an informative point of view. Number one, it's going to be patterns. The pattern that I'm seeing that is out, now you're going to see it in the shops, that doesn't mean to say it's an on-trend pattern, and it might be one that you actually do like, in which case, yes, go ahead, but it's florals. We're not seeing florals as labelled an on-trend pattern to be wearing, both the big ones and the ditzy ones. Instead, what we're seeing is still animal print. More zebra, apparently, although that's not what we see in the shops. There are those that say, when we're talking about animal print for 2025, it's on the small items like the handbags and the shoes and the belts and the hats, gloves, scarves. However, what you're going to see in the shops is animal print on your trousers and on blouses and on coats and on dresses. So what those that say, wear it on the small pieces, and what you actually see in reality in the shops, make up your own mind. A lot of people don't like animal print, in which case just ignore it. Move on to stripes. We've still got the Bretons, they never go out. We've still got the vertical stripes. We've got polka dot. Yeah, or no stripe, no pattern at all. Silhouette. In the 2010s, 11s, out to 2017s, the silhouette is actually very slimline. People wore skinny with skinny, slim with slim. We're hearing now, don't do that. Wear slim and a wide and a wide and a slim, top or bottom, vice versa. So the silhouettes have changed. So the modern trend, yep, one part of you wider than the other part. So wide leg jeans with a slim top. Jeans, yeah, ultimate ultra skinny is out, distressed is out, overly distressed is out, the faded is out. My part, I've got faded jeans, I'll wear them. What is in is wide leg, and I am seeing them predominantly as the dominant shape. Also, a wide leg with a wide cuff and a straight leg with a wide cuff. Now the straight is not slim straight either. As for denim lengths, we're not saying cropped to mid-calf, or, I mean, that was never a good look anyway, because that just makes your calves look fat, but cropped higher. What we're seeing now is cropped to the ankle. In fact, the ankle is a great place to have your jeans finishing off in 2025, unless you're wearing, say, you want something that's going to look longer with a heel. Cardigans, there was a time when I said the waist length cardigan was dated and not a current look. It's the reverse now. That is a current look. So your classic waist length, just below the waist cardigan, that is what to go for in 2025. The mid-thigh cardigan that we were wearing in 2010 to 2017, that is out. Shoes, those thick lug soles are out. That's a bit of a difficult one for us. We may find that a comfortable shoe to wear. We may find the soles got grip. So let's be practical about it. But if you're thinking about fashion and trends, that's not what to wear. Instead of those lug boots, utility boots, we're wearing a typical ankle boot that covers the ankle. So again, a low shaft ankle boot where your ankle bone is exposed is not on trend. The boot we're seeing at the moment has a higher shaft, has a block heel, sometimes a bit of a slanted block heel as well. Also, more pointed toes rather than the rounded toes. If you've got ankle boots that actually got quite round toes, then they can look clumsy, particularly say with the wide leg trousers. So you find that trends sometimes actually complement another trend. So because we're wearing wider leg trousers, we're wearing more pointed toe footwear. That can be difficult for us, I do admit. That's not the topic of today's video. Jackets and blazers, those that sit at the hip are out. We're looking at blazers that either come down below the hip bone or they come to the waist, so cropped, but not cropped up here, cropped to the waist is great for us. Talking of jackets, the moto jacket is not on trend, but it's not out of fashion. So we're going to have motor jackets in our wardrobe. We've been wearing them for years. Carry on wearing them, but know that they're not a trending item. But on the other hand, what is definitely out and looks dated now is those sort of army green, shiny bomber jackets, or army green, what do we call them? Utility jackets we were wearing. They're out. What's in instead in the jacket front as a trending item is sort of your crop leather jackets, your bomber jackets as well in leather, leather blazers. Suede is a big trend as well. Anything with a peplum is out of date. So peplum coats, peplum jackets, peplum jumpers, peplum blouses. Instead, we're looking at straight, clean lines down. Colour that we used to wear in the autumn, and it suits you absolutely fine, but it is an outer trend colour, is oranges and yellows, those burnt oranges and so on, associated with autumn. So basically, if your wardrobe colours for autumn look like a pile of leaves, those colours aren't on trend. Instead, what we're seeing is the burgundies and the chocolate browns as the modern autumn colour to wear. And do you know what? They look so chic as well. Whilst we're talking about colour and those autumn colours and autumn looks that we saw in 2017, the plaid scarf hung with a triangle at the front, and you're wearing your little ankle boots and your skinny jeans, and they might be distressed, and you're wearing a burnt orange sweater. That look is very, very 2017 and is not a current look. Now today, the scarves are what is really, really popular at the moment. It's either you just have your scarf as a long straight scarf and just wind it round and maybe just have one side hanging down, or you just have it loose hanging down. And then of course there's the neck scarves. And I've started wearing those, wearing them with sweaters. You can wear them with shirts as well, and with t-shirts too. Now, if you want to add some fun into your wardrobe, I've just got some new beads from Ziska. If you know how much I love, these Ziska beads. They're so versatile because you just get a cord and then you buy beads as you go along and mix and match and create your own jewellery in that way. So that was a set I had on there that I was wearing in the summer. I will just put this on because I've just got this from them, and it's got a cat's face on it, and I just thought that's just going to be so great for Halloween. So I thought I'd just quickly show it to you. So put that on there, and you might know someone who maybe a younger person who might like that for Halloween, or yourself as well, or maybe you're doing something with the grandchildren, you want to look a bit Halloweeny. That might be quite a chic way of doing it. Putting a cat face on your cord. So I'll link those down below. If you like chunky jewellery, they've also sent me a necklace. I think these are so great, these pendants, because they're quite, in a way, urban chic in a way. But I thought it'd be a bit of fun, because fashion or style isn't, and what we wear, it's not just about trends, is it? It's about our personality too. So putting a bit of ourselves into the outfit. So I thought it was worth actually sharing these, especially as they've got cats on. So you've got that, and you can adjust the length. So these ties, you can have them hanging down the back and tuck them back of your jumper, or you can make it part of the feature. Look, they've got these little hearts on there, and so there you can have it hanging high up like that, and then these down lower, or tuck those in, or have it lower. And then you can have a long pendant. So I thought that was quite a fun, maybe fun Halloween-y, or if you just love cats anyway, a couple of pieces of jewellery to show you. There is also a discount as well, so I'll put that down in the description box. This is not sponsored, by the way. I just love their jewellery. Oh, and while we're giving a bit of a shout out, this sweater I've just picked up from Marks & Spencer's. I try to do this almost every season. The Super Soft range, they're £18, and they bring out on-trend colours as well as your basics, beiges and blacks and so on. So I try to update with a new one each season. I'm so pleased to manage to get this in burgundy. There's limited sizes available, so I'm actually hoping they're going to bring out more stock of this one. But when I went online to buy it, there was only one left, and there was none in store. Whereas a few weeks earlier on, I'd seen them in store and thought, oh, I'll get that, I really love that. I'll come in next week and get it. Well, by then it had already gone. So these super soft sweaters do really be quick, and I'll link them down below for Australia, Canada, UK and USA. I have got, my oldest one is about 13 years old in a caramel colour. It's actually in my September to October capsule wardrobe, and I've been wearing it in outfits this season. So it still looks like pretty well like it was when I bought it. So I really do rate these. And £18, wow, what a bargain. And something that's never really particularly been a trend, but really we are best avoided, and that's those t-shirts that you're going to get on holiday or at cheap shops or at country fairs and so on. They've got wording all over the front of them. Stick to something plain and simple. A crew neck, relaxed boyfriend shape. This is where the t-shirt sleeves are coming to these days. Crew neck's still around, and we've got this relaxed fit. Keep it simple and clean. Now, if you've watched it this far, then I think you would absolutely love this video, and this one is on early autumn transitional seasons outfits that we can wear at this time of year.